We live in a connected world, yet more and more people feel so disconnected. And although businesses seem to have a purpose, it's sometimes difficult to find real people who work with a purpose. Our community can feel like just another geographical location when those who need the most care feel as if no one cares for them. Because she has a heart for people and is a woman of ministry, Dr. Sandra Singleton has organized community care providers. These community professionals are trusted members of a local community who have exhibited purposeful skill and care in their craft. Solutions by Singleton continues to be an online community resource for local communities, and together, we're taking knowledge to new heights. Welcome to Solutions by Singleton.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yalonda Buckner with Buckner Real Estate Services, located right here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm here today to talk about the steps to the home buying process, what you need to do to get ready to purchase a home. There is a time to rent and there is a time to buy. So I want to focus on how do you know when there is a time to buy? Because homeownership is not for everyone at that particular time, but it may be for you later. Okay, so we're going to focus on, am I ready to purchase a home? What's the first step I need to do? So I've been doing real estate since 2001, and I have helped hundreds of individuals, families, business owners to purchase property and also to sell property. So I would like to focus on what I've seen that has maybe inhibited some individuals for purchasing a home. So the first thing I say that it is good to contact a real estate professional, and that's because we are familiar with the various options in terms of where to get loans and what to qualify for. So it is good to start with a real estate professional. So I'm going to share with you some things that you need to do. So one of the first things is to get pre-approved to find out, hey, how much could I buy in a home? What can I afford to buy? And what do I need to do? So you want to get pre-approved with a financial advisor. And I do something a little bit differently, and that is that I qualify a buyer before you actually contact that loan officer so that you don't go and get a denial right off the bat. So some of the things that people think, well, my credit is bad, my credit score is too low, and actually you can have a 580 credit score and still purchase a home. You can have a 620 or 610 or whatever to purchase a home. So the difference is that it may cost you a little bit more money when you have a lower score. When you're under a 680, you more than likely will have to get an FHA loan. And that's just where the government assumes some risk. And so therefore they will charge you mortgage insurance. And that could make a big difference in a payment. It could be $140 of that that's going to that mortgage insurance, just in case you default on it. So it doesn't mean you can't get a home. It just means that if you don't have at least a 680, you might have to get an FHA insurance, okay? And some people also have a VA. So let's talk about, for a minute, your credit report. So the first thing I tell people to do is start with like something easy like Credit Karma. Now, Credit Karma's numbers are typically wrong, so that's not the exact number, but it's a free way to go and let's just see what's there on your credit report, okay? And so that's a good place to start. And then what you want to do, some people don't have credit, or if you have a low score, okay, why do you have a low score? Well, one of the reasons most people have a low score is because they don't have credit. They're not using a credit card. And even if you have a car payment, your score is not going to jump when you use a revolving credit card. Whether you need to get a secured card where you use your own money to start building credit, but everyone should get some type of credit card. Okay, Capital One, Discover, all of those cards will work. Do they have to have a lot of amount to them? No, it could be a $500 card. It could be a $300 card. So the goal is to use the algorithms or whatever to make the credit score go up. So I usually tell people to credit utilization of that card is what really makes the score go up. So in other words, if you have a card that's $500 and you spend $250, that's 50% utilization. So your score is going to go down. So the goal is to use a card, and by the time the end of the billing cycle, you must know when the billing cycle ends and when the due date ends. So before the billing cycle ends, then you want to only have 15% or less usage. So if you have a card for $300, so to speak, and you get gas for $30, right? So that's 30% usage. So you want that balance to be a lot lower than that. So pay your cable bill or get gas, but use that card so that it has something to read and something to report. And that's what people don't know. They'll go and charge something, and then when it reports more than 30% and your score goes down. So that's the first thing. Other things you do, yes, you want to try to get rid of recent collections. Usually the older ones are not really affecting your credit report, but if it's recently, then you want to try to see if the collection agency will remove it, because it has to be removed. And some people pay those credit balances off and some people do not do that. And but that's what you want to try to do, to see if you can get some of the collections removed. And you might want to contact a supervisor, and then you can also dispute, because if they can't verify it, in other words, you go in your credit report and you make sure you get rid of all these old addresses that you may have on your credit report, and get rid of those and dispute some of those, because if the balance is incorrect, in 30 days, they have to remove it. So those are some of the things you do. And I tell people to go to myfico.com, because after you've cleaned your report up and you've gotten your score up, you've used it for like 6 months or so, and the score has gone up, then so that's the first thing that you want to do, is start with the credit, and don't be discouraged if your number is low. It doesn't mean you can't buy a home, because I've sold homes to hundreds of people that have lower credit score. So anyway, that's the first thing you want to do. I'd be glad to talk to anyone about what you need to do to clean up your credit. We also have resources available for down payment, where you can get 1% off your loan amount. You can get $500 for closing costs. So that's one of the benefits of contacting me at Buckner Real Estate Services, because I am familiar with some of the down payment programs that's in the community. Okay, so that's the number one thing that you want to do. You want to start with, and then you contact the professional. Okay, now what are some of the upfront costs? People think they have to have a lot of money to purchase a home, and you simply do not. The items that you would need to have money for is a good faith deposit to let that seller know that you're serious. And people put as low as $500 down or $1,000. So at least have a good faith amount deposit available. And then you want to have a home inspection. So that could cost you anywhere from $300 to $500. And then you want to have it maybe tested for a termite, and that's $50. So if I were to give you a good ballpark number of how much to have upfront to purchase a home, I would say you want to probably try to have about $1,200, and that's not a lot when you talk about buying a home. And because you would have to pay for an appraisal, and that could be anywhere from $375 to $575 for appraisal. So $1,200, $1,500 is just a good amount to have up front. Okay. And also You can get a down payment also gifted from a relative that can gift you a down payment, but there are programs, even if you're over income for some of these down payment programs, Kentucky Housing will actually loan you the down payment. So don't think that you can't purchase a home, because you can. So we are a one-stop service. So whatever your real estate needs are, we will definitely be able to guide you in the right direction and have that American dream come true. So again, I'm glad to talk to you today, and thank you for listening.